Gaspar, whoever else is in your nasty little circle of varmints. You want to yell at me and call me names and deny my access to Twitter because you love free speech so much. You just go right ahead on with that. In the end, the criminals will be caught and punished. I don't need to fear libel or anything else you cats throw at me. Truth is a defense. I fear God and I fear my wife, and not necessarily in that order. There is nothing you can do to me that is worse than what chance or genetics or inhaling pesticides when I was a kid hasn't already done to me. And the assistant district attorney knows the truth is an absolute defense to libel. All you guys ever talk about is hate. But I don't hate you. I, honest to God, do not hate you. I don't even know you. I hate the concept of stealing from stupid people who don't know any better. And now that the Kimberlin donations are drying up, it seems you need an even more evil supervillain. If that has to be me, guys, bring it on. I can take it. I have done nothing wrong. I have broken no law. I'm very careful about that line between fair commentary and libel. I have not raised a nickel off of a lie. In fact, I haven't even told a lie. I told Stranahan I would leave the internet. I would quit this radio show. I would stop blogging. I would just vanish from the online world if he could establish that I have told an untruth about him. He can't even bring himself to do that. Would this be, where am I proven incorrect? When I am incorrect, I'm the first person to admit it, so I have nothing to fear from any of you. Besides, I have fought tougher, harder, smarter people than you. And like the old song you just heard goes, I'm still here. Suck on that for a while.
Uh-oh. It seems as if Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney Patrick Fry has crawled up through the toilet pipes again. While we grab the plunger, stick around for these messages. The Old Uncle Bastard Show is brought to you by Audible.com. And listen to this, you lucky people. Old Uncle Bastard has a special deal. Just for his friends. All you have to do is log on to audibletrial.com/oldunclebastard, and you, yes, you, can download a free audiobook and enjoy a 30-day free trial. There are over 100,000 books for you to choose from, like J.R.R. Tolkien's delightful tale of fantasy and magic, The Hobbit. In this fantasy classic, master storyteller J.R.R. Tolkien creates a bewitching world filled with delightful creatures and thrilling dangers. And narrator, Rob Ings, will hold listeners of all ages spellbound, with his skillful portrayal of hobbits, dwarves, and enchanted beasts. Get The Hobbit, or any one of 100,000 other audiobook titles, when you take advantage of this special offer, available to our listeners only. It couldn't be more simple. Log on to www.audibletrial.com/oldunclebastard and get your free audiobook download, plus a 30-day free trial to audible.com. Or, in the alternative, you could visit www.oldunclebastard.com and click the banner ad for audible.com. This special offer is for our listeners only. So if you tell anyone at all, old Uncle Bastard will hunt you down like a dog. And nobody wants that, now do we? www.audibletrial.com/olduncle-bastard. What in God's name are you waiting for? Say kids, you're always looking for the hip and cool way to do things, right? Well, why are you listening to this show using up Wi-Fi or cell minutes? Quit being so stupid. As soon as this show is over, download the Stitcher Radio On Demand app for iPhone, Android, and most tablets. You can listen to tens of thousands of great radio shows after you listen to Old Uncle Bastard, of course, and you don't even need a Wi-Fi or cell connection. Connect Stitcher with your Facebook account and tell Old Uncle Bastard what you think of him. Really. Let him have it. Just think, with the Stitcher Radio On Demand app on your smartphone or tablet, no more downloading to hear your favorite internet radio, no more syncing, no more wasted memory. It's on demand and on the go. Just like our nieces and nephews. So, take this tip from your old Uncle Bastard. Download the Stitcher Radio On Demand app today. Go to Stitcher.com or to your app store. It's free. Listen to what you want, when you want, with one free app. Stitcher Radio On Demand. It's swell. You betcha, kids. Well, what do you know? It wasn't Paterico in the toilet after all. It was a large clog of poo. Seems as if our uncle is getting plenty of fiber. Now, back to the show.
Earlier on, when I was sharing Paterico's rant with you, I think I left one off. He commented that I posted at one time a drawing of Stranahan being raped. No, I didn't. I posted a drawing made by a very talented artist of Stranahan enjoying the kind of rape fantasy photography he made a living from. And to prove it, when I post the recorded version of this show on oldunclebastard.com when I'm done here, I will use that picture and you can see for yourself. He's not being raped, he's being tormented. Pain and pleasure and all that. I'm going to end the show today with a bit of a sermon, if I may. There's a cancer in the former Andrew Breitbart body politic. How deep does it go? Has it gotten into the system where it can spread to the rest of the body? Or is it something that can be cut out, studied, learned from, and then saved in a laboratory of investigative journalism? When Breitbart died on March 1st, did that cancer die with him? Or was his death the thing that caused that cancer to spread? Every metastatic cancer has what's called a sentinel node. That's the lymph node that indicates to the trained observer that the cancer has spread and something must be done if the patient is to be saved. But can this patient be saved? How widespread is the disease? Is it already too late? This cancer keeps popping up in one organ after another. Now it seems to have reached the office of the Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney. Let's examine the other organs to which this cancer has already been identified. After all, Breitbart had a wide circle of friends who have blogged in the conservative ether. Aaron Walker and his pathological obsession with a crime committed some 40 years ago, where the criminal involved has served his time paid his debt to society, and now wishes to lead a quiet life as a liberal activist. Walker lost his job as a lawyer after he was found out to be the driving force behind the Everyone Draw Mohammed Day that caused widespread violence, death, and destruction in the Middle East. Robert Stacey McCain, who sobers up long enough to write anti-Semitic racist diatribes that allegedly got him kicked out of a Seventh-day Adventist compound he once inhabited. Ali Abdul Razak Akbar, a two-bit gay ghetto thug from Fort Worth who went from the jail cell to the heights of the young Republican establishment, proving the old adage, it's not who you know, it's who you blow that counts. Karl Rove. Mandy Nagy, the otherwise inoffensive but deluded right-wing hack who wrote for Breitbart's various websites, who now finds herself leaderless, rudderless, and everybody's victim. The rot-toothed turncoat, Lee Stranahan, who was a liberal pornographer, and again, he is being investigated by the Dallas Police Department and by the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services, who had his Paul on the road to Damascus conversion after meeting Breitbart, and is now one of the more obsequious, obnoxious, self-important, publicity-seeking turds in the overflowing, filthy toilet of the Breitbart memorial empire. And let us not forget Patrick Fry, Paterico. When I was a federal employee, which was until March 2011, when my Parkinson's disease forced me to retire, I had to live under the constraints of the Hatch Act. At work, I was not allowed to write or say anything that promoted a partisan candidate, a political party, or anything of the like. In my private writing, I had to make sure there was no connection between my official duties and my private thoughts. How is it that a deputy district attorney in Los Angeles County is allowed to keep his job living off the proceeds of county, state, and federal taxes collected from the people of the county, the state of California, and the taxpayers of the United States of America, when it turns out he was not only directly involved in what appears to be the commission of a crime, close association with a known criminal, and attempts to harass a person who claims sexual harassment at the hands of the above-mentioned known criminal. Deputy District Attorney Patrick Fry, also a well-known conservative blogger known as Paterico, blogs under the title Paterico Pontificates. We've had our own mix-ups with Fry in the past, but those are not the issue now. What is at issue is a legal filing that alleges Mr. Fry and the District Attorney's Office, public servants, officers of the court, who took an oath to serve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, were not only friends with convicted Breitbart hoaxer James O'Keefe, he of the pimp costume, the fraudulent acorn video, the attempt to smear Shirley Sherrod at the USDA, and the event that finally crossed the line, the attempt to tap into the telephone lines of California Congresswoman Maxine Waters. He may have known that O'Keefe intended to break the law with his attempted wiretap of Representative Waters' office in advance and failed to report it as required by a duly sworn officer of the court. That's what's alleged in this court document filed October 2nd. It says, Plaintiff is informed and believed and based thereupon alleges that as of